Hello everyone, this is Alex. Today is Saturday. It's the weekend. I just came back from a little dinner with a nice Chinese girl I met in my building, and we went out to the neighboring restaurant to hang out, to get to know each other, and then it was really fun. It was really nice. I've met her, I think, almost like 3 weeks ago. I wanted to hang out with her and get to know her, but because of my urinary tract infection, I didn't get to do that, and I ended up in the hospital. But we finally get a chance to hang out, and then she's really nice, and I kind of enjoy her company. And it's nice to actually have a friend in the building, even if my sister still lives in the building, but she never visits. But no, this is not the reason I'm making this video. Okay, so last Friday I went to the urologist to just to follow up with my treatment after discharged from hospital because of the urinary tract infection, kidney infection, sepsis. So it was a handful of problems that I landed myself on to begin with, and then I did the follow-up appointment. The urologist doctors was quite shocked at my situation. It was quite dire because they saw the CAT scan imaging that my left kidney was having this thing called phenomon or phegmon, something along that line. Phegmon, I think, something. It's a really bad, from what I understand, it's almost like a cyst, and then inside the kidney, and it's not outside, it's inside the kidney, and then there's this like superficial layer of protection outside of the infected area, so that the infection could not be released into the bloodstream, but it's been held within the kidney, and it's pretty big. It's like the size of it's a 5 centimeter big. So the kidney itself is only like 10 centimeters or 11. So it's significant size. It's almost half the size of my kidney. And they showed me the imaging, and I was really completely shocked by it. And they told me that the reason I have this terrible infection is most likely because I am still not able to empty my bladder completely like a normal person. I could empty a little bit of it, and there's a big portion or a small portion left behind, and then that leftover keeps gaining infection, keeps gaining grounds for infection, and it just accumulates and it gets worse. And so the sooner I could empty out my kidney, the better the situation will become. And the doctor's way of doing it is just going back to street cathing, which means sticking a tube inside my penis to get the urine out from my bladder. I've done this before when I was hospitalized in the beginning, until I think I did it for like a month or so. And it was, not a pleasant feeling, to say the least. But it's a huge inconvenience for me, and I didn't like, doing that. I don't like doing it, and hearing that I have to do it again just really just make me feel really pretty terrible. And also hearing that my kidney is in such dire condition, it's quite devastating. And to know that it has a really, like, if this is not properly treated, it could get much worse. And then, you know, like, if this is not treated properly with 25 days of, like, additional 25 days of antibiotic, they may have to look into more severe treatments, such as like a really heavy antibiotic, or even like surgery to save the kidney. It was bad. So I was quite worried. I was quite scared by the news. I knew about the kidney infection. I didn't know about the size. I didn't know about the consequence. I didn't know about like anything beyond what the doctor told me, which was, oh yeah, this medicine will help with the blood, it will help with the urinary tract, will also help with the kidney. And then I asked them specifically about the kidney issue, and they basically reassured me that, you know, it happens, and it can be treated pretty easily. And then, you know, 2 weeks after, you know, you should be fine and stuff like that. So like I was under the impression that my kidney situation is not good, but it's not, you know, terrible. But also, like, I was under a lot of pressure from all the bad news of my, like, T cell number really low, and also from the sepsis, and then the which means the blood infection and fever and everything. Maybe the doctor just withheld a little bit of the, you know, information from me. I don't know, but I know about this kidney situation. I just didn't know how bad it was. So I was a little bit struck by how terrible my kidney is. But from the way that the doctor was testing me yesterday, I felt that the severity of my lower back pain from the kidney was much less than the pain from, you know, 2 weeks ago when I was in the hospital. I took that as a sign of improvement, but I don't know, you know, if this is really the case. They wanted to do imaging by January or so, just to see how things are going. But I was so worried. I was so struck by it. I was a little bit devastated too. But anyhow, this morning, I tried to do straight cath again, sticking the tube into my penis. Oh my God, it was so painful. It was like, back then, when I was still in hospital, I did not have much sensation. And so I don't feel much. Like, I feel sensation when it's much deeper in, close to my bladder. And now, like, I basically get all the sensation. It was just so horrible, and it was so painful to the point that I just started crying. I just felt like kind of helpless because it hurt so much to go in, and it felt like this is the only solution for my problem, and there's nothing else that could be done to save my kidney. And I just felt like helpless and hopeless, even though I presume there may be some improvements from 2 weeks ago when I was hospitalized for the second time. I just still feel like really, like, you know, bad. about all of this. It was really hard pill to swallow. So I was crying. I was like crying for like a good half an hour. I think eventually it will be okay. I think my kidney is going to be okay, but I was just really scared by what the doctors told me. It is something that needs to be, alarmed by, for sure. It just caught me really off guard, and with a little bit of self-pity and with all of the things that happened to me for the past 2.5 months accumulated all together, it just like kind of brought me down. It really did. It just felt like waves and waves and waves of like bad news. No matter how hard I try to like stay on top of the wave, I always get crushed, and then I'll try to swim back up, and then just to be crushed back down again. It felt like an endless cycle, and it felt hard. It felt like disappointed. So it was a very complicated feeling that I had today. I know that the road of recovery is not going to be a linear one, but I didn't expect it would have this many, ups and downs. It was hard. It was really hard, like to know that one of my major organ is in danger. It just, oh gosh, I don't know how to describe this. And to know that, okay, it's in danger, and then there's a treatment for it, but the treatment itself is so painful that I could not even continue with it. It's like, oh my god, like I don't know what to do. I'll call the doctor again on Monday just to talk to them about this a little bit more, for sure. But it was devastating. I don't know really what to do, and I'm worried, but from my previous experience, I know that I don't have to be worried, because life will just unfold its own way, and I don't need to make any bad assumptions from before things happen. But it's hard. It's hard to compartmentalize that, just to keep that in a cage. I always wanted to get out and just infect the rest of my brain and just make it feels like gosh, I need a haircut. Yeah, so the kidney, my left kidney especially, is a problem. Has a problem. I think it's gonna be okay. I've climbed a lot of mountains since the past 2.5 months, and this is no different than the other ones that I've done. It just strikes me in a different way than the other ones. Like my paralysis actually didn't do as much damage, or as much like it's always accumulation. It's always accumulation of one after another after another after another. Just one, when it's being piled up together like that way, then one small thing individually, but combined together could be such a huge mountain. So I really just kind of like fell apart today, and I just allowed myself to fully like, you know, cry and scream as much that I need, as loud as I wanted to. Yeah, I wasn't pretty. My home aid lady was here for the first portion of it. I was happy that she was here. Just to have someone like, you know, hold me a little bit, and just to, you know, tell me that it was okay. It was quite nice. I'm still worried, and another part of me thinks it's going to be okay. I think it will be, yeah. I think so. So only time will tell. I'll keep updating with this, but I do think cranberry juice do help. I bought the fresh cranberry and tried to make a juice from it, and I think it kind of helps at least a little bit, because with the antibiotics that I'm taking, I still feel like burning sensations a tiny bit, but after drinking the cranberry juice, really, like I didn't feel that at all. So I'm gonna continue drinking cranberry juice for the next week. So hopefully that could, you know, make a little better situation, and then talk to the doctors, and we'll see what happens. Please wish me luck. I really need it. My kidney needs it. And if you actually have an extra kidney to spare, please let me know in advance, just in case if I have a kidney failures or something. Thank you so much for watching, and please have a good weekend. Take care.